In this lesson, we'll explore the depths of the human heart, learning how to manage our emotions, set healthy boundaries, and discover the power of inner strength and resilience. Remember, finding love is a journey, not a destination. With patience, the right mindset, and a strong heart, anyone can find happiness no matter what twists and turns life brings. The first lesson is that some things are simply not under your control. This idea comes from Stoic philosophy and is known as the dichotomy of control, a concept taught by Epictetus in his famous book, The Manual. It reminds us to separate what we can control, like our thoughts, actions, and reactions, from what we can't control, such as other people's behavior, emotions, or the outcomes of certain situations. In the context of dating, this means focusing on what you can influence. You can control where you go, how you act, and what you talk about, but you can't control if your date is late, tired, or uninterested. Stoicism teaches us not to waste energy worrying about these things. For example, if your date is late, don't get angry. Use that time to relax, breathe, and prepare yourself. This is how you practice patience, one of the key Stoic virtues. The goal is to focus on being your best self, present, calm, and genuine instead of stressing about what others think or how things will turn out. If the date doesn't go as planned, learn from it and move on. In both dating and life, you'll be much happier when you worry less about what you can't change and focus more on what you can. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said that our emotional suffering doesn't come from events themselves but from how we judge them. This simple truth is powerful. When we focus on controlling our reactions instead of the situation, we find peace and clarity. It helps us stop overthinking, calm our emotions, and respond in a way that reflects our values and self-respect. For example, if your date cancels at the last minute, your first reaction might be disappointment or frustration. But once you realize that the cancellation isn't in your control, you can shift your focus to what is your attitude. Instead of getting angry, remind yourself that life is unpredictable and that this moment can be used for something positive, like spending time on yourself or doing something you enjoy. By practicing this mindset, you build emotional strength. You learn to stay steady, even when things don't go your way. That's the heart of Stoicism, focusing on your response, not the situation, and staying calm no matter what life throws at you. Emotions play a big role in our relationships and dating lives, but often, our emotions are not caused by what actually happens. They come from how we interpret what happens. Stoic philosophy teaches us to observe our emotions instead of being controlled by them. In other words, instead of reacting instantly, we should learn to notice what we feel and why we feel it. You can do this by following a few simple steps. First, pause and reflect when you feel a strong emotion. Don't rush to respond. Second, identify what you're feeling. Is it anger, sadness, jealousy, or frustration? Naming the emotion helps you take control of it. Third, understand what triggered it. Did someone say something, or did a memory or event cause it? Fourth, observe your emotion without judgment. Don't label it as good or bad. Just accept that it's normal to feel that way. Finally, reflect on how you usually react to that emotion and ask, there's a healthier way to respond next time. This kind of self-awareness helps you manage your reactions. It allows you to challenge negative thoughts, see situations in a more positive way, and respond calmly and wisely in line with your values. Another helpful Stoic practice for managing emotions is negative visualization. This means imagining possible disappointments or rejections before they happen. It might sound strange, but it actually makes you emotionally stronger. For example, before a date, imagine that it might not go perfectly. Maybe the conversation won't flow, or the person won't be what you expect. By thinking this way, you prepare your mind for any outcome. So if things don't go well, you won't feel crushed or overly emotional. This helps you stay calm, confident, and in control. The key is to never waste your energy on things you can't control. When you focus only on what's within your control, your attitude, your actions, and your effort, you become more resilient and emotionally strong. When someone crosses your boundaries, Stoicism teaches us not to give them another chance to hurt us, but it also encourages a radical acceptance of life's experiences. This idea, called amor fati, is about embracing everything that happens, both good and bad, and responding with wisdom. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to us that matters, but how we respond. For example, imagine you match with someone online and plan a date, but they cancel last minute or don't show up, something called ghosting. Instead of getting frustrated, accept that this is part of life. You can't control their actions, only your reaction. Acknowledge your feelings without judgment, process them in a healthy way, and focus on personal growth. The key is to never give them another chance to hurt you, and to handle the situation with resilience and grace. Challenges like these are inevitable in dating, but they teach us wisdom instead of reasons to close ourselves off or become resentful. Every experience, positive or negative, is part of the journey of love. Self-respect is crucial. You deserve kindness and consideration, and you should never settle for less. If someone compromises your well-being, you have the power to walk away. By prioritizing self-respect and setting healthy boundaries, you create space for fulfilling relationships. True love respects you for who you are. Another important Stoic lesson in dating is cultivating inner strength and resilience. Life in love is full of challenges, heartaches, and setbacks. The virtue of fortitude teaches us to face these difficulties with courage, grace, and a calm mind. Fortitude is about mental and emotional strength, not just enduring pain, but learning from it and growing stronger. For example, if a relationship ends unexpectedly, fortitude means acknowledging your hurt without letting it overwhelm you. You don't react with anger or despair. Instead, you accept the situation and move forward with calm and optimism. By focusing on what you can control, your thoughts and actions, you become less attached to outcomes and more focused on personal growth. This mindset allows you to approach dating with hope and resilience, even during uncertain times. Happiness does not depend solely on romantic love. Stoics remind us that true fulfillment, or eudaimonia, comes from living a meaningful life, building strong friendships, pursuing passions, and contributing to our communities. Romantic relationships can enhance this, but they are not the only source. Building inner strength is a journey. By practicing mindfulness, acting with integrity, and focusing on what's within your control, we develop resilience and navigate life's ups and downs with grace. Finally, trust the journey. Dating is not a straight path with guaranteed outcomes. It's messy, unpredictable, and full of ups and downs. Instead of fixating on finding the perfect partner, embrace the experience of meeting new people, learning about yourself, and discovering what truly brings you joy. Every interaction, good or bad, teaches you something valuable. The Stoics believed in the law of providence, the idea that everything happens for a reason, even if we don't understand it at the time. Life is like a tapestry, and every experience, joyful or painful, is a thread that contributes to your growth. Instead of fighting reality, focus on controlling your reactions and learning from each experience. Trust that both positive and negative events are shaping your journey and leading you toward personal growth and fulfillment. Everyone's journey is unique. Don't compare yourself to others or get discouraged by setbacks. Stay true to your values, trust yourself, and remain open to love and happiness. The journey is just as important as the destination. Embrace the process, learn from every experience, and never stop seeking a connection that nourishes your heart and soul.